In today's video, we're going to be installing these rear inner fender liners from Skull Krushers on our Jeep Gladiator. Before we begin, odds are you're probably not subscribed. This is how many of you guys watch the video that aren't subscribed. So if you could do me a huge favor, go down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on when I post my latest videos. So we are starting on the driver's side because there is the most to do on this side. The passenger side is easier. But what we're gonna need to do first is, if you guys see this little tab right here, we are gonna need to bend this over and out of the way so we can drill our mounting hole. So the hole we need to drill right here, as you guys can see, is marked 3/4 of an inch down and about 1 1/8 over. However, it's the down part that is more critical. The over part is not as critical because the hole is slotted. So just as close as you can get, and we're going to drill this out to 1/2 inch. Make sure you run a little paint on here so this doesn't rust, but then you're going to take this clip and pop this in to the hole that we just drilled. Then this guy's in the way, so we have to relocate this. We'll pop this off using a 10 mil socket here. And then all we do is pop that off like that, just a little breather. All right, so I got that line pushed over. I struggled off camera a bit with it. What I ended up having to do is, if you guys can see back here, there's a clip that held that line in, pop that off, and then I was hitting this hose clamp on the main filler. So I just loosened that, slid that out of the way, and then as you guys can see over here, I was able to just pop that on the other side. From here, we should be able to kind of take this guy up, bring it back down, and then very carefully. Item to note, since I had already removed the inner liner for these fenders when I did the bumper, I already had these holes here set up for to run just normal bolts. But as you guys can see, you may have to just drill those out just a little bit. And the reason for those two is on our fender here on the top, what I went ahead and pre-assembled the fender. It's in 2 pieces, and it just bolts with the little button heads, and then those clips slide into here. So essentially, this fender is going to mount in 4 points. So you got the one we drilled over here, this other one which you have access to reach to get a nut in behind, and then these two here. There we go. So I went ahead and pre-painted mine. You can paint them whatever you want, powder coat them however you want to do that. That part is up to you. Leave them raw aluminum. Once again, up to you, but I went with the black and red. So now we should be able to set this fender up into place, get these 2 bolts started, that one started, and then we'll do that one last. I think our canister wasn't up and out of the way enough, so we'll just adjust that. All right, so we got that bolt in, these 2 started, and then this one, you just push through, it'll hang, and then you can reach your arm in from underneath to put the nut on the backside. that's how you install the Skull Krushers rear inner fender liner. If you guys aren't familiar with Skull Krusher, what they do that's a little different than some of the other fender liner companies is they have different logos that you can customize and put in there and really make the Jeep yours. That's sort of what sets them apart from some of the other brands. As you guys can see, it's got a pretty good fit and finish. We had to drill one hole and it wasn't too bad. This is the worst side because of all the fuel stuff that we had to relocate. It wasn't too bad. As long as you just take your time, you'll get through it. It won't be that frustrating for you guys. I'm not going to show you guys the passenger side because it's the same thing but even easier. If you can do this side, you can do the other. But I'm pretty happy with the fit and finish. Now we have matching front and rear inner fender liners. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one.